Hi everyone, Aldbar here, and welcome to my live stream. Here you can ask your DDO questions, ask for DDO demonstrations, and ask for DDO advice. So please be my guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Enjoy. Yep, I'm back on track to do some Gianthold. Gotta finish it up. Want to finish, that's the rest of my level 24s. Then I can take my level. So that's the agenda for now. Unless, of course, somebody's got some specific request, but that is the plan. And off we go. Figure if I've got normal hirelings, I might as well use them. I think we're going to start off with a Crucible. I need it for the favor, get it out of the way. Might as well. This area I'm going through a Gianthold. This, for many years, this place was heroic only. And then in a certain update, they made it epic. So they changed a few things about the epic version relative to the heroic version. And one of them is that in epic, there's way more giants, and also you can actually fight dragons. Like the dragons are flying around in the background, they can actually land. I mean, some of them are just background dragons, but there are dragons in this place we can actually fight. A few different rare encounters. Red, white, might be a blue one also, I don't remember. Yeah, but there's a few different dragons. Green, a few different dragons who land and whatever. Quest objectives, I mean Slayer objectives. The other thing they changed about it is on Epic, you have all of these like things you can click on, who basically give you the story. These are what's known as the Explorer. Or rather than just running up to a place and getting that XP, you have to click on something, and then you hear this, you hear more of the story.
They need a better guide. And who better than me to serve that role?
The Crucible, Epic Elite. Let's see how this goes. Full disclosure, you're not supposed to be able to solo the Crucible. It's meant to be done with a party. That never stopped me. So, yeah, we're gonna be dropping our party members over here and summoning them later. You don't need this many. One hireling's enough, but might as well.
You are greeted by growls, insults, and mocking laughter from the veterans of the storm. Gianthold, the commander of the Storm's Fist, sneers at you.
If I can bluff my way past any of these guys. Basically, if I can talk them into changing their mind about certain things. Hello, Greg. What's up? Good morning to you, too. Hope you're having a lovely day. Basically, I can re-roll as many times as I want. I'm going to keep on re-rolling until I roll a 20. So over here on the dice. And if on a 20 I can't get it, I ain't going to get it. I'll buff myself just a bit more, just to give myself the best possible chance. Oh, success. I actually convinced this guy. Come on, roll high. Why a 1? Give me a 20. 18, not good enough. 5. use my skill boost again. This gives you another +4 to my skills, so helps a bit. Ah, good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, doing night shifts is not fun. I got stuck doing night shifts for a while. At the beginning, I was miserable. Then I got used to it. There was a certain part of it that I actually liked. The one thing I couldn't stand though was it ruined the rest of your day. Once I got into the flow, it didn't bother me that much. But working at night is, if you're trying to maintain a normal like day, whatever, a day schedule, it's impossible. I've convinced this guy twice. Well, I've done all the convincing and persuading I can do. Let's move on. I'm set on my course. Let's go. Yeah, this character doesn't really have a lot of social skills. Not very good at bluff, diplomacy, and intimidate, or haggle for that moment. Whatever. Oh, you can let me in. I'm just waiting for the scripted event of him letting me get into this place. So basically, this is like a trial chamber. And the only good thing I can say about the Crucible is it used to be one of the required flagging quests. And when they made Gianthold Epic, they scrapped that because making a quest who's super challenging, being a absolutely required quest to be able to do other things, basically means that those other things are also part of this challenge, which I don't like. Let's say to can move on, you'll have to complete this quest, and then after that, you'll be allowed to do 2 other quests. So really, you have 3 quests with this difficulty setting. That's really what it means. Because, well, to do those, you're going to have to go through this first. It's like having one specific puzzle who's very hard at the beginning of a quest, and you can't get past it, you can't complete the quest. So, same logic follows with this also. You can't get past this to get the next 2 quests, and then all 3 quests are in the same bucket. So I'm very glad that they moved it away from that. And Crucible is a standalone and not necessary.
Beyond the barred gate, a
This one needs Scorpion.
horn rests on a pedestal.
First we go to the other side to try to get the crest over there. Yeah, there's 3 crests and there's 3 sockets. And you got to put all 3 in to open up the center so you can get the horn. And there's a whole bunch of gates who move away. And they lock you in. So it's kind of tricky, this thing. So let's see what we got over here. Snake. See if I can get the crest from behind this wall. Well, I need to first get the crest. Crest number 1 is over here. Pull this valve and yeah, you can get in here. This one is Snake. Snake. Yeah, there's another crest over there. What is this one though? Bat socket. I don't have bat yet. Okay, here comes my hireling to help. I know you're not supposed to kill these guys up here, but if I don't kill this particular guy, he's going to keep on shooting my my hireling. So, generally speaking, not recommended, but I don't think I have a choice. I think they summon casters, but without it, I'm going to get wrecked. They'll keep on shooting my hireling. Okay, hireling. I will put 1 second. I'm glad the Mist Stalker showed up before I placed my hireling. Yeah, these are exclusive to Cormyr, these Mist Stalkers. Part of an event going on in Cormyr, who by the way is open to everyone right now, so if you would like to try it out for yourself, you can roll up a new character on Cormyr, even if you're free to play, and take part in the Mist event, Mist Stalker event. Come on, just die already. Okay, so yeah, that lantern over there, that's the XP I just got for filling, well, into this lantern. So I'm getting very close to half of this lantern. Taking forever. Who should I use? I'll use the where at? Stand here. I like confirming that the hireling is actually going to use what I tell him to click on. And then once you do that, you just keep on clicking. He usually clicks on it again. I just glitched through the door over there. Rather than waiting for 2 cycles, I did it all at once. See if I can get back out. It's just as easy. Oh, wasn't lucky. Fine. Some hirelings are very finicky. You tell them to do something and they just don't. No. Which one was this? Bat socket. I don't have the bat socket, so I'm gonna have to go the long way around. But at least I have the snake socket. Let's go get the bat socket. You can place the bat socket through the by clicking what's it called, through the wall, which is very convenient. Okay, same story over here. Is anybody standing and watching me over here? No archers. Okay, good. Let's get another hireling. This one I'll take the healer. Place her here. Use that. Once I've made her use it at least once, there's a good chance she'll do it again. I wasn't lucky here with the doors. To do it again and again and again. Maybe I'll get through this in one shot. No. Fine, whatever. It is what it is. And I'm through. Got all 3 crests. Now I need to get out of here. I don't think I have to pull this again. I think I can just get around this. Never mind, this is faster. Yeah, attacking my hireling is not good for me. Hi, Estango, what's up? I don't know. I wouldn't say I love this quest. But it's a... Let's put it like this. I probably would enjoy watching somebody else do it more than enjoying doing it myself. But it's fine. This particular crest over here, you can go the long way, but I just go click on the bat socket, put it through the wall. I think that's the best way to do it. Need to pick up that horn. I just want to see if the way out is set already. 8 should be like this. I needs to be changed. Hopefully my Harling can change I without messing everything up. Yeah, true. It does have great XP. Okay, now everything here falls in, so we want to pick this thing up and run across and jump before we get hit. Made it. My Harling got this for me. Good job. Good job, Harlings.
The gilded dragon head next to the door has a hole where its horn used to belong.
Yeah, so the theme of this quest is a few of these doors that have like a dragon head, and you're supposed to put like supposed to find a horn that goes in there. And yeah, it's a very unique looking key mechanism. I don't think there's any other place in the game where it has it.
Strong currents tug at your feet as you step into the water.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's fair. This quest has a lot of unfair things about it. Here the objective is to be really fast and get into behind this door. Now there's certain ways you can soft lock yourself, so you got to be careful. You need to wait for this door to close before you pick up the horn. Or what happens is you could pick up the horn. When you pick up the horn, it triggers opening that door. But if you picked it up before that door closed, which I definitely could have done right now, so then you can actually lock yourself in this room.
Rests here, apparently unguarded.
Made it out. Here's the shrine. Skill. I don't need the shrine.
There's something familiar about this cringing kobold.
I don't know if I got the objective of breaking the floor or not. Yeah. Thankfully I did. At the beginning, there's these 4 guys you can talk to, and if you complete the objectives over there, there's certain things you can do. One of them is this floor breaks away, but I pre-broke it, so I don't, like, it doesn't surprise me, and I don't fall in unexpectedly. So, it makes this entire section much easier. Because if not, you keep on falling through the floor, dropping to the bottom, and having to swim up and back around. It gets on your nerves very fast. Meanwhile, I'm collecting cell drums. Keep on moving. Yeah. We got something called Cell Gem Guard. Basically, Trap a Soul Guard. So when they attack me, there's a good chance that they instantaneously die, and I get their... whatever. I get their... I can't think now. I get the Soul Gem. So let's see, how much wisdom do I have? 28. How low can I drop my wisdom? This is wisdom 9. 17. What else gives me wisdom? My goal here is to drop my wisdom as low as possible. If I can get it close to like 10, I should be able to completely cheese this next challenge, but I have to get, whatever. First I have to get rid of it. I don't think I have any more wisdom items. Oh, this thing has exceptional wisdom 1 on it. And this thing, profane well-rounded. Another one. Down to 15. Do I have Silver Flame healing potions? No. Here's the thing. If you are very low on wisdom, like sub 10, you actually can force it. It gives you 100% of the time the wrong answer, which is a guaranteed right. So, I don't know. Let's see if this, I don't know if 15 is low enough. We'll try. Also, I don't know what the second door is. I don't remember which one's 1, 2, and 3. Assuming that's the second door. We'll find out. Yeah. See? I made myself dumb enough that it gave me the wrong answer. It told me that this door, the second door, is definitely death. So I just opened it up. Thank you. Horn of Instinct. Now I can put all my items back on. And that's how you do that puzzle. Okay, next. Oh, this great thing. Probably should rebuff before I faced him. This section is the top of the section that I was on before. Just now I'm on the top of the maze rather than on the bottom. Okay, this drops a ladder, so hopefully I won't fall down. Once I get past the first few, should be okay. I didn't want the ones directly next to the gate bombarding me. Yeah, basically this quest is one big puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. It's supposed to be a big trial chamber. Every room has its own puzzle, and this puzzle is a double feature puzzle. First you go through the maze on the bottom, then you get to walk around on the maze on top. When they hit you with their crippling, it really messes with your jumping. Got to be very careful. Try not to jump to the width of the wall, only to the length, so I don't overshoot it and fall off the edge on the other side. Basically, I always make sure I've got a little bit more track that I can run to. And that way I, well, hopefully prevent myself from falling as much as possible. Gotta clear all this stuff out, because if you don't, what will happen is you'll come to try to pull the levers and they'll hit you and they'll slow you down. Yeah. Not fun. This guy the last guy? I think so. Let's go check.
You approach a bank of 7 signal crystals above a lever.
So red is there. Blue is on the far side over there. And green. Okay, blue is far and red is over here. Okay, so basically the way that this particular puzzle is going to work is I'm going to pull this lever, and every one of these is going to give me a different... I'll get a color and a rune, okay? Now, right now all the rune wheels are set to this, to the first one, the little, I call this hands. So basically whatever comes, if something comes out over here, I don't have to spin that wheel at all. And if it comes out on one of these other ones, so if it, let's say it's the backwards F, so then I'll have to spin it once. It will already be on hands, I'll have to spin it once to this. So basically I'm going to count the number. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to ignore this, and then I'm going to count how many over I have to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many spins I'm going to have to do, plus the color. So this one will be, if something lands here, it'll be 1 spin. If something lands over here, it'll be 3 spins. And it'll also tell me what color it is. something lands here, I don't have to spin that one at all. So hopefully I'll get something in this here, and I won't have to spin it all. The truth is I can cheese this by just pulling it twice, pulling and waiting, and unless I get something in number 1 over here, I won't even run because it'll just save me time. So you can do that also. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we get. 2 green, 3 blue. One, two. One, two, three.
As the puzzle wheel clicks into place, a loud gear grinds in the southeast corner of the room. The path forward is open.
Yeah, so I was hoping I was going to get that, but I could have really just waited for the puzzle to reset and try it again. So I wouldn't have to move to more than 2 wheels. You're always going to have to run to 2 wheels at least because you can only have 1 color in each one of these spots. So only one of them can be here. You're going to have to move at least 2 wheels, but why would you have to run to all 3? It's possible to do it. I've done it where you have to move to all 3, but why? Why work harder, not smarter? And they crippled me again. I believe this little piece here falls. No, not this one. Make sure you get this gate, just in case you fall into the water. It's a quick way back up over here. And here comes the swimming part.
A rush of swift water emanates from below.
And we're off. Full disclosure, a disclaimer, I'm not very good at the swim. But I do have a good reflex save, so at least that. We got there is a way to just avoid everything. I mean, having a good swim is very important if you don't have a good reflex save, because that will allow you to control your character better. Because when you push in a certain direction, you'll be able to fight the current easier. And if you don't have a good swim, well, you're just a ragdoll in this current, and you have no control over anything. I haven't hit too many spikes. I can tell based on how many times I had to save. That's basically my indication. Was I actually dodging the spikes or hitting them? Oops. Try this again. Bit too slow over there trying to pick up that collectible and get through the fan blades all at the same time. Yeah, this particular thing, I really don't know what's up with this thing. I doubt my hireling darling will be able to pick it. I don't think it's... Just that I don't remember. Is this even pickable, or you have to get the key from the next room? Come on. Just tell me if you can or you can't. Hey, doesn't seem like you can. I guess I'll have to go get the key. Yeah. I wasn't sure, but yeah. In the next room where we need to go get the horn, there is also a key over there. So, hopefully. And because my character is strength based, I should be able to swim back against the current and not have to go for a second round. Wow. I'm doing a terrible job here not getting hurt. Well, I'm actually doing a very good job of not getting hurt, but not getting hit. I had to keep on going through the spikes. Let's wait for this to stop. Gotta time this one. Let's get out of here. Also, hello, Maventhorn. By the way, the what's it called? That chest over there that's locked supposedly drops augments of vitality, but I've never seen it drop, so I don't know if that's just a myth.
A glittering pile of treasure is surrounded by agitated gnolls.
So first things first, we need the horn. That's the real reason we're here. Yeah, you had the hard part. You had to be patient enough and not drive him crazy with what's going on? What's going on? Did you make it? Do you need help? I'm kidding. So you get the gold key. And the glittering treasure. If you touch this glittering treasure, you get hurt. And you get poisoned. I have the key, that's all I need. And I've got the horn. Let's see if I can make the swim back. I should be able to. If you don't, you have to... The way you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to go for another round and go back the other way. You're not supposed to swim against the current. But yeah, as long as you've got a high enough swim, or if you're or your character is strength based, you should be able to make it. I'm using heroism to add to my strength, and I'm using skill boost to add to my swim. Not sorry, heroism is for my swim. Again, my swim skill. Well, that makes sense. If you got a character who's got evasion, it's definitely meant for them. However, this quest now there is a pair of braces that drops from Gianthold that gives you swim like a fish. So basically you have the ability to have evasion while underwater. And I think that was introduced just because of this quest. Well, let's see what we get in this chest. Nope, nothing special. Just loot. Okay, let's get out of here. We're done. Now let's just rush through this. Losing patience. What's the point of having a good swim if you have to be a good evasion? If you have to be worried about all the spikes anyway. Oh, sorry, wait a second. There's a collectible here. A swim cleric? What do you mean? What would make a cleric a swim cleric? Anyway, we got our horn over here. And should be the final fight.
A hobgoblin furiously bangs an alarm as you approach the arena.
Sometimes in DDO you have these alarm bells, and you can see a character run towards it. And if you hit him before he gets to the alarm bell, he never sets off the alarm. He doesn't alert the other monsters. But sometimes it's scripted, hard-coded, that no matter what happens, he always alerts the other monsters. There's a place like that in Shamarath and also over here. Even if you kill the hobgoblin who stands next to the bell right over here, before he ever touches it, it's still, you get the DM text that he's alerted everyone. So it's not really that he's not alerting. It's not really that he's alerting, it's just a script. Well, whatever. I digress. Yeah, finally, we've made it through all the different trials, and now the last one's going to be facing them in the arena. And I'll shrine. Yeah, you can convince the different these different guys at the beginning for certain things. One of them you can convince is to fight with, I think, with less armor. One of them is to break the floor. One of them you can actually get one of the guys to, well, he gets killed. They buff Swim's skill of 228. I mean, why? There's like one quest in DDO who's entirely underwater. You need to swim. Then there's a bunch of quests in DDO where you're inside of a bubble. I don't think swim helps. So, like, I don't get the point.
You hear Grogan the
Then again, I guess it's more like a game.
Welcome, warriors of the Storm's Fist, to the arena of power.
What domain is that, cleric, by the way?
Your champions survived their trials. You all won your place in the Horde. Now these...
I mean, what's the point of making a cleric if not for the domain?
The new recruits will be harried by Daggertooth, the swift and wily ranger of the Windlasher Knolls. They will
Yeah,
be
but then
hammered by Gorngut-Chewer.
there's no reason to, like, nerf your character and make him so unuseful just so he can do the swimming parts good. So I don't really get the point. But again, I just wonder what the cleric domain is he? I mean, if you're just doing it for the gimmick, fine, man. I totally support that. Have fun. That's why this is an RPG. Do whatever you think is fun. I'm trying to see if there's anything above that. Water domain.
Storm's Fist Horde will welcome these new recruits. Let the battle begin.
Many years ago, there was no such thing as epic difficulties. There was just one epic difficulty. It was heroic and then epic, because the max level was level 20. Then, when they increased the levels, so then they made epic levels have normal, hard, and elite like anything else. But the balancing for epic was all off. So basically, what you would expect to be based on elite, once you got to epic, that was closest to epic hard. Okay? So basically, it wasn't really properly scaled. So epic elite was way, way harder at level than heroic elite. I mean, even with a properly scaled character. So I remember doing this quest, Crucible, before they readjusted heroic elite. And, well, I made it all the way through, solo, and I died in this room. And I had to open up a party and beg for somebody to come in and save me. It was like, I was already an hour into the quest, and I was struggling the entire time, and I really didn't want to have to, like, recall and forfeit the quest and start over again. So, yeah. I still have a bit of PTSD from this quest. But overall, it's not that bad. 176,000. Did he explain why he made that build? For anybody just tuning in, we're talking about a build whose entire focus is in being able to swim. And being able to swim as fast as possible. So the highest swim skill. So we're trying to I'm trying to understand the why. That's the question. But why? And swimming shows up all over DDO, but usually it's not that critical. Like having a great high swim stat. There's a spell called Merfolk's Blessing or something like that. Basically buffs you for swim. And it's usually used as a meme. So people basically, when they're giving out buffs, they'll give you a Merfolk's buff just to mess with you because you're like in a raid and there's no swimming. And people just like, here you go. Here's your buffs. And they give you one just to be sure. I don't know. Hey, Crucible done. Next. Yeah. Power creep is a real thing. I remember Proof into Poison being absolutely devastating. However, uh, certain things changed about the game who don't have anything to do with the game. It's just, well, you changed. I changed. Experience makes a very big difference, especially for quests like Proof is in the Poison. If you actually know what you're doing, all you have to know is like bring something that makes you immune to magic missile and something who protects you against acid, and you've already solved half of that quest. Because if you've solved those two things, you drain all of your energy. You're like, well, yeah, it makes the whole thing way easier. So I guess knowledge is power. Again. Cheers. Coffee. There you go. Chop everything up. Slice and dice. Gigantic pile of dead giants. Yeah, this is a wilderness area. A wilderness area is basically like a big open zone. And you can walk around here and you can kill monsters, find specific locations, what's known as optionals. Yeah, meat grinder, exactly. So yeah, I don't really have to do any of this, but there you go. 6,000 XP for killing a certain amount of giants. Got 50 giants, I guess. Still haven't ran into any dragons. It's funny, if you look in the wiki, it tells you the cap. Like, there's a certain amount of kills you can do for giants, and then eventually it like maxes out. You can't go any higher than that. It means you can kill more monsters, but you won't get any XP. As far as the quest is concerned, you've completed it. And then you have certain things that nobody's ever completed, and nobody actually knows how much you have to go. So one of them is how many dragons can you slay before the thing maxes out? Nobody actually knows because nobody was crazy enough to like farm this thing for years to try to get the thing to the max. It seems unreasonable, the amount of dragons you would have to kill because the spawn rate is so slow. No, I am 12 monk, 5 cleric, and 3 paladin sacred fist. The gimmick of this quest is I've got a quarterstaff, and it's called the Caduceus build. Caduceus is that medical symbol, a staff with 2 snakes around it. So basically just like the medical system, it's supposed to heal you, but just as easily they can kill you. So basically I've got a staff where I can hit things, and I do damage, but I have a whole bunch of attacks that when I use them, this is from Monk when I use me, and I've got another one from Cleric that when I use it heals me, and I've got, what is this thing called? Exalted Smite, that based on a certain epic destiny, which is epic abilities. So there's a whole bunch of like, I attack things and I heal all the time. So that's basically the gimmick of this build. You attack things, and the same thing you use to attack also heals you. So yeah, I farm hit points and life from my enemies.
This is a place to avoid. The crater here will drive you mad, and only death will bring peace.
Let's see how this particular thing goes over. I'm cleric and I'm using strength domain. The strength domain basically allows me to use my strength for reflex saves. So because I have improved evasion, so I might as well have a very good reflex save. So I can max out my strength and get a good reflex save. That's basically the justification behind it. I mean, technically I can also get like another 2 strength when I use a turn undead. That's not like, it's not crazy powered. And yeah. The other one is Sacred Fist, so I get a double strike and Exalted Smite. Good stuff. Yeah, so basically the story over here is there's something called the Mad Stone. Basically, certain giants are being brainwashed, and I'm supposed to go protect them while they try to destroy these Mad Stone, whatever, crystals. And if they get attacked too much times while they're trying to destroy it, they reset themselves, and you have to wait for them to like recover and start over again. So, while I do not like this quest, because I don't like anything where I have to protect NPCs, at least this particular quest, it doesn't punish you as much. So basically, if you don't succeed on run number 1, you don't fail the quest. You just have to try it again and again and again. So it can be very tedious, and you can be stuck here forever if you don't have like the proper setup. But that's it. Barring that, it's fine. Also, something I discovered that during the lantern event, if you missed it, this thing, lanterns. So certain bosses spawn in. If a lantern will spawn in this quest, it will count towards the amount of magi that I need to kill. Skeletons optionals. So I'll have actually an extra skeleton. It also counts towards, if you do any Kenneth challenges, there's a Kenneth challenge called Behind the Door. If you do that and you have the Miststalker event going, if you kill one of them, it's considered completing the first star and you've got a boss. So just saying, there's certain like oversights in this event. There you go. You can take advantage of them. Having the Miststalker in this quest doesn't really like change a whole lot. It's not like you can complete the objective without going to all the locations anyway.
No signs of a spellcaster or the giant seers ahead. Only piles of gargantuan bones.
Gotta kill these giants before I can open up that gate. Inside over there I'll find a seer, and there'll be a skeleton behind him. Once I kill the skeleton, the giant will be released from the influence.
Slides open, and beyond, a living giant bellows in rage.
I just got this yesterday. I find out that I can, if I want to, I can have a single target DPS, but it doesn't really make a difference. I can actually hit the seer also. Doesn't really make a difference. If I hit him too much, he'll just run away from me anyway and stand back. It's a lot of noise on screen. Well, I've defeated him. The seer runs off, and I go talk to him in just a second. First, we've got a collectible.
These guardians are some new
Yeah,
magic,
this part of the upside and downside of playing with the party members. On the one hand, they are very helpful. On the other hand, is real life. It's real life, and it comes into, well, it can interrupt your ability to, to play because, well, you're dependent on somebody else being there, and they're not, which is totally legitimate. But whatever, it's just part of life. I used to play with friends in real life, but again, scheduling and timing and stuff made it just like basically impossible. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Coming up ahead are these fights where you need to protect the seer. And there's different ways to cheese each one of them. I haven't figured out the best ways yet. Yeah. On my main server, on Orion, I do exactly that. I've got a whole bunch of alts. But because this is Cormier, and they only opened it up to free-to-play now, but I don't have anybody at this level, so I don't have anybody to run with. So I did open up a whole bunch of characters and add them to my guild, so I can use that to modify my guild level to be exactly 6 members, so I'll get the maximum guild bonus. But that's a different discussion, not this one. Come on. There you go. These guys are very predictable. They disappear and they show up behind you once they get all their health back.
The seer stands before the
Let's buff the seer.
Come, says the seer. Defend me. I must shatter this evil thing.
Hopefully the Harling can protect him enough.
The seer turns to you.
And of course I got a Mistalker right now. Timing is terrible, like always. But yeah, I've killed already one of the giant skeletal mages. It says I've got 6 out of 5. Well, 5 out of 6 to kill. Let's see if I kill this, I'll get 4 out of 6. Bottom objective. You see? 4 out of 6. It just dropped from 5 to 4. Didn't you see me kill a skeletal mage? You blinked, you missed it. Yeah, basically, round 1 is kind of straightforward. They all come out. They come out in clumps of 4 from this particular gate. And nothing else. So, as long as you stand here and you can attack them fast enough and get their aggro, this is basically very straightforward. Not hard at all.
The seer calls out.
Anybody who just joined now, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining. You got any DDO questions or want some DDO demonstrations or DDO advice? This is your place. Also, if you're having trouble following along, I don't know if everybody who watches me watches DDO or knows what DDO is. You got any questions, feel free to ask. Or just, type context. I know that because I play DDO a lot, for me everything is obvious, but if you don't play DDO, this might not make sense at all. Nice. You played only a few hours and got to level 14? I can play in less than like 5 minutes and get to level 15. Wink, wink.
Almost done, the seer screams. Not much longer.
We didn't get it. I can just start a... what's it called? It's called an iconic. You have an ability to start like a character at level 15. You want to jump into the middle of the game, but I would not recommend this for new players. You really do need to go through the low levels to like get a hang of the gang. And if you start a level 15 character, you're going to get lost. Yeah. But if you made it up to level 14 in a few hours, yeah, that's pretty fast. So, I mean, maybe you have veteran status and you started level 4. I don't know what you did. Yeah, same here. I've been off and on since it went free to play. Yeah, I think a lot of players do that. Basically what happens is you play and then something happens in real life where it conflicts with it and you stop playing for a certain amount of time. And eventually, once you have time, you come back again and then you get stuck again. At least that's my experience with DDO.
Feel the magic source. It is near, I am sure.
Hey, we've defeated one corner. By the way, the pit over here, I think this is a instant death pit. Well, not really instant death, but you can't actually get out of there. unless you have some way to jump cast Dimension Door, you're not even going to be able to recall out, which is depressing. So, very careful on hardcore.
For a very long time.
Gotta tell my Harling to relax, stop running after me. I don't need his help. I just want him to keep himself alive while I get the job done. And perhaps help the seer not die. Okay. Next.
Giant seer comes charging out.
Yeah, my focus over here is to get rid of this skeleton. He's the one causing the seer to lose his mind. And once I defeat him, well, it breaks the influence and the seer gets his mind back. And then he goes to defend the crystal. So that is how it goes. Let's talk to him. Yes. Go defend the crystal. For me, out of all the 3 crystals, I find that number 2 to be the hardest. I found a pretty solid way to do number 3. So number 2 is the one that I find trickiest. Well, I hope I won't get stuck on it too much time. Pretty sure I saw one of those Ogre Magi disappear. Yeah, here we go. Not for long. Now he disappeared again. Magic. Okay, we're heading to number 2, cliff number 2. The way over there is to number 3. Don't want them to knock me into the lava. Yeah, they can knock you back. Well, maybe it's not a good idea to fight right over here, but whatever. It's fine. This is fine. You can climb back up over there. Unlike the other place where it's a death trap. You can bunny hop your way through the lava and get to the other side.
4 natural ramps rise up to the central crystal. This will be a difficult position to defend.
I don't remember, but there's some way to cheese this. And it might have to do with, like, not killing these first monsters and just, like, getting them stuck so the next set of monsters doesn't spawn in. I don't remember exactly. But there is something. You can control the spawn rate. I'm not sure what it is, though. I am not sure. I'm just going to do what I do every time. Maybe I'll drop down to the bottom and run between the 2 different locations. I don't know. See, the problem over here is there's a... what's it called? An Ogre Magi who stands up top, who shoots the seer. If there's any way for me to defend against that, so then I can just stand at the bottom and defend. But I'm not sure how to do that though. Okay, you do this and this.
The seer turns to you. I do the ritual. You keep me safe.
What, I can't make him invisible? I do believe you can just out-heal the seer, but I don't think I can do that. I mean, basically just let him get attacked and just heal him the whole time. I don't think it's a very viable way to do it, but whatever.
The seer calls out. Keep them at bay.
I've had it where the minotaurs get like stuck halfway up the cliff, but I don't know how to do that on intentionally. I mean, I wish they did. I gotta like spend some time figuring out some new tech how to make this. I do want to make a solo walkthrough and guide for this, but I don't really have any solid advice how to pass this particular round. I mean, I just faff my way about through it and hope for the best, which is a method that you can call bankable. It's not considered solid advice if it's not very repeatable.
Almost done, the seer screams.
Yeah, when I mean finding advice, I mean something you can do that you don't have to be like specifically a specific class or race or something. So any advice who's like, well, if you have this character, you can do it, is a great idea, but it's just not practical for. It's not commonplace for everyone. I mean, there is sometimes where I've done advice just like that when there is absolutely no other way. But if I can get away with making something who's universal, like get this particular hireling, everybody can buy this hireling. You can buy this hireling too. Get him, stand him here, and everything will solve itself. That's advice that I can give to other players. But if it's like you have to be playing Artificer and have ranged abilities and stand at this angle and shoot everything, nope. Again, it's not that I wouldn't try it out for myself, so I appreciate everybody's input. It's not solving the problem that I'm really having, is try to make universal advice. You see, easy, I just did it without any problem. You just do what I did. You can do it, right? Okay. Well, take care. Have a good one. Sleep well. Yes, we're done with this. Now we head to Seer number 3. Oh, hi, Paladin Bayern. What's up with you? Good to see you again. I don't actually know how to say your name. I hope I'm not butchering it too hard. If I am, I'm very sorry. Like float? You spelled PH for float? Like fish?
The tunnel rises ahead, winding up the crater's edge.
So which tank are you going for? I see. Barbarian tank. You gonna go for heavy armor or medium armor? Anybody who's missing, when you play a barbarian are automatically proficient with medium armor, not with heavy armor. But if you want to play a tank, usually you would either want to be no armor at all, like evasion, or have heavy armor, which is completely the other side. So there is specific cases where having medium armor as a barbarian will allow you to get certain benefits from what's called the enhancement trees that might benefit you. So I'm just asking where he's going. I see. Well, if you are farming anything from Mithranor that's rare, I feel very bad for you. So, I am sorry. I hope you feel better. I know they changed the odds on some of the drop rates, but
My ancestors
If I know DDO, if I know SSG anything, they probably didn't adjust it enough, but we'll wait and see.
Time we ended this outrage.
What you're doing, just to put it in context, is basically creating a gear set that relies on loot boxes. And if you know anything about loot boxes, you know this is not a sound way of putting together a gear set. I don't have any like soft way to put it. It's like, nope.
Down from the entrance to the crater's northern slope.
I'm sorry, but I think, I mean, unless you're ultra rich and I don't know, $1 million for you on rerolling shards is not a problem. But even so, even if you had that much money, probably your time would be more valuable. Because getting the items also just takes time. Just running out. Everything in Myth of the North is way out of place. Eight golden ages, yeah. I think they changed the odds on everything, but I think the chances of the golden ages was adjusted more severely than the chances on the rare items. So the golden ages are now like, okay, fine, we'll let you have these items. So now, if before there was like almost no chance, so now there's a good chance of getting them, but just less than the regular items. Whilst the other items, so all the super rare ones, are not as crazy rare, but not really. I don't think they're really a viable option. Hey, I'd love to be surprised and proven wrong. If it's not too bad, I'll go farm stuff myself. I don't know. I think the loot potentially is very good. Let's put it like this: if I'll be playing on Lamania, the loot's awesome. If I don't have to farm it out.
Across the bridge and up the cliff lies the North Crystal.
Yeah, you have to consider something. People don't take this into consideration. It's called loot per minute. Everybody knows XP per minute, but loot per minute is also. Ooh. Hello. Hello, Raiders. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate the raid. Yeah, a lot of times I change my gear set around. How fast will I be able to loot a specific item, and if I'm looking for more than one item. Oh, thanks for the raid, though. I appreciate it.
The seer awaits your order, nervously looking at the ground above and behind him. An ambush here is almost certain.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. I'm getting hit. Basically, what happens is if you get the aggro from the things up top, so I can cheat the system, they'll all fight me instead of fighting him. Then I only have the guys at the bottom to attack. Yes, having more than one player to help you pulling items is also a huge difference, and that's why I haven't been farming items on Myth Nor that much, because, well, I don't have multiple accounts to help me with the farming, which is something that I definitely do have on my Orion server. I haven't figured out some way to get these guys at the bottom to follow me, but everything else I just get their aggro.
The seer calls out.
Yeah, I wished I had that privilege of having people that play DDO on a consistent basis that can help me with actually pulling things. Instead, it's just me with my, I don't know, 12 accounts. I have certain raids where I have more than 6 players and just to like pull items. Nice. Well, take advantage of it while you got it. You should appreciate it. It's not a given. A lot of players don't have that. It'd be very hard trying to find other players that you can consistently play with. Definitely, I mean, DDO was definitely designed as a group game to be played with other players. But what happens is sometimes they force it that you have to have other players, and that completely messes things up. So yeah. Sometimes it's very unfortunate. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
The seer looks very weak.
There we go.
The magic
Defeated it.
comes from the spire. Go now. Stop
Yeah, so basically we've
madness.
protected the seer while he tried to destroy the crystal, and once we were successful, well, we can move on to the final phase and beat this quest. Hopefully, no surprises. One of these guys escaped. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. So what is your specific style when it comes to videos? Are you the quest guide kind of player or build guide player or the, I don't know. I find it interesting. Everybody's got their own style of what they like watching on YouTube. Certain videos of what's it called appeal to certain players.
Molten lava
You're a
forms
Smurf.
a deadly pool in the crater's trough.
To me, everybody over here is a Smurf because your letters are just purple because you're typing in Twitch. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Just kidding. Anyway, I got a key and I've got an optional over here.
An ancient
There's
gate is
3 seers I can kill, but actually there's, well, I only need to kill 2 more because one of them was a Miststalker.
Long time.
Well, you can make videos. If it's a video, there's a good chance I'll watch it. I don't like reading. I like watching or listening. So anytime somebody makes build showcases, I usually watch it. Some of them are unwatchable. I don't mean to step on anybody specific, but a lot of times they're very, very fun. I like seeing what people come up with and the different way they handle certain things. Yeah. Oh, I see. You're Papa Smurf? So what are you, 60 already? Because if not, I'll be disappointed. That's not at all.
3 ancient enchanters rise from their slumber. ill-pleased at a stranger's intrusion.
On Orion, there's a guild called Geezers Only. And I played with them a few times and I had a very good time. And I was like, so, how old do I have to be to join your guild? And he said, well, you got to be 55. I don't know if they're like going to stick to that, but I was like, yeah, you're not old enough, sorry. Oh well. Okay, close enough. You get a pass. Hello, Mary G. Well, just posting links to builds is definitely easier than making builds. I've been still working on trying to get what I consider the gold standard of character builds in DDO. I am still not there. So yeah, I definitely understand. But there's a few different styles of builds, and I would recommend if you're going for trying to make builds, don't start with a build guide. Start with what I would consider a build showcase, where you show your character and says, here's my character, and then you run and you do a little bit of stuff and you say, this is my character, here's how it works. Like, demonstrate it. Don't just stand there and talk about it. And then say, okay, so here's my enhancements, here's my things, here's my class split. That's it. Yeah, the gold standard. It's basically what if I was looking for a video and I had to rank everybody's video on like what would be the best video, I want to make that video. So the same thing. It's easier to think about it if you want to critique something. It's easier to think about it as critiquing somebody else's stuff, because well, you don't feel as constrained. You're just like, yeah, I can see it's good or not good. So after you do that thinking about somebody else's video, then you go and apply that to yourself. Because if you start trying to apply it to yourself, you start justifying, well, I did this because of this, and I did this because of that. Then you try to, nah, none of that. Just make the best video possible. So that's what I'm working on. My quick stick build is one of my best builds. The main problem with that is the amount of time it takes to set that video up is not practical. So it might look good when it comes to it, but it's actually not feasible. As let's put it like this, in the long term, it's not feasible. So that's another thing that has to go into trying to make a thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Marvin. By the way, because I solo a lot, I try to make everything from a solo perspective. But even if you're a player who plays in a group, knowing how to solo it makes you way more confident at what you're doing. And also, if for some reason people don't know what you're doing, you do. So yeah. Recore, I'm probably subscribed to him. Can you find his YouTube channel? I can check. But anybody who posts any kind of YouTube content, any kind of DDO content on YouTube, I'll subscribe. And if they post any kind of what's it called? Any kind of if they stream DDO on Twitch, I'll probably follow. I try to support the DDO community as much as possible. So yeah. Check out the link in a second. Not mid-fight. Yeah, I was also planning on streaming for a long time. It took me a very long time until I could make it something that I could do consistently. Again, I realized that if you got any kind of plan and you want it to be a long time, like I'm always playing the long game. So for me, anything that's not going to be sustainable, I don't see it as a viable option ever. it's always like, I need this to be something that I can do for a very long time. I mean, I don't have to do it for a very long time, but if I would, I want to make sure that I'm planning right now to make it feasible. So that's like part of the plan, always. Well, yeah. Streaming was one of those things where I had to figure out how to make it work. So a lot of things went into getting all the little details to work together.
Winds up to the top of the spire. At its peak, the true caster of
Okay, here comes the end fight.
Awaits. A skeletal warlock. This must be the source of the Madstone spell.
That black orb always scares me. Never know what kind of random thing it's going to do if it hits me. Try to avoid it at all costs.
Was casting the Madstone spell is no more. But why was it here in the first place? Perhaps Whorl and his seers have answers.
And now we need to jump back down and talk to the quest giver. And that's in this direction. So unfortunate you can't actually jump over this wall. There's an invisible barrier here. Fine, I will. Yeah, just talk to this guy and quest is over.
Good.
114,000.
My seers say these skeletons were dragon magic. Our ancestors' bones
And we're done.
used to hide their dirty. This is a
1 second, I want to check out your link.
The waiter here will drive you mad, and only death will bring peace.
Okay, I'm gonna go over my build real quick for everybody. This is my monk throw.
Oh, hi Kelly. Yeah, this build that you're watching right now, the entire gimmick of the build is I use my quarterstaff to attack things, and they kill and heal at the same time. So I have a whole bunch of things that are healing me. So let's go through them. First one is I have a monk ability called the Shadows Cannot Exist Without the Light. So let's attack with it. 253. Every time I use it, I can use it every 6 seconds. Second ability I have, this comes from Smite Foe. This is every 12 seconds. 268, and it restores my health. And then finally, this is going to come later, but my Exalted Smite doesn't really work right now. But eventually, it's going to, every time I use this, will put down a healing aura around me, which is really cool. So, the other one, epic attack, is Consecration, but I don't always use this. Basically, the gimmick of the build is to be attacking and healing all the time. If you want to know what automatically is healing me without doing anything, so that's the stance. Mantle of Fury, this thing heals me up all the time. So, in Fury of the Wild, if you take take the mantle itself, it just automatically heals you every few seconds, okay? Every 15 seconds, it gives you a certain amount of healing. And the other one is this, Embrace the Pain, but this only heals you when you're low on hit points. So once you drop below 40% hit points, now you start automatically healing every few seconds. That's another auto heal. And for my one click to heal, it's this thing. When I use a Rage, so my case is going to be Fury, whatever it's called. Primal Scream, so this thing heals me. So, I'm not sure which one you meant, but if your question was, what is the one thing that heals me automatically? Mantle. Mantle of Fury.
I see the terror of our history when I look upon this battlefield. Giants have done great evil. I feel it in my gut. I fear we will do evil again if we are not stopped.
Welcome everyone who's joined the stream lately. Hope you're all doing well. You got any questions? You want to ask something about DDO, or ask for DDO demonstration, or ask for DDO advice? Please be my guest and feel free. Ask whatever you want. And I'll do my best to try to answer your DDO questions. Yeah, right now we're doing Gianthold. These are my level 24 quests. Once I finish them, I can take a level. If I take a level now, I won't be able to get any more XP from the from the Miststalker event, so that's why I didn't take my level yet, even though I have the XP for it. By the way, for anybody who's doing this quest, these two trolls over here, you have to kill them as part of the quest objective. I've ran past them before and not been able to finish the quest without returning, so just keep it in mind. You have to actually kill them. Who would have thought, but whatever. This quest has like a few wandering paths. You go around in circles. So if you don't know where you're going, you can just go down long hallways and get lost. But it's not too bad. Eventually you'll get to the end, but it might waste some time. It's one of those quests that everybody runs for XP, because XP is very good. So if you're doing this with a group, everybody just zergs right through it, just runs and rushes to the end. I think these arachnoids have some kind of resistance or absorption. I don't know, I guess your bludgeoning weapons. For some reason they don't take full damage. Still can't figure it out. There's a fun cutscene, well, you don't really see it in this quest, where a troll throws a chest down to the bottom. And after that, if you drop to the bottom of the shaft, you'll actually find the chest. It's a nice little touch. I don't remember if up here is where you need to go to unlock the gate at the beginning, whatever. It's not where I need to go, though. Fine, so stick on the path. Remember doing this quest way back in the day. I didn't know where I was going. It took me forever. I got lost in here, went around in circles, clearing out everything, but not knowing where to go. Yeah. And then I did it with a group once. And the entire time I was just running after them, chasing their dust. The quest was over before I knew it. I was like, oh, so that's why people do this quest. I see now. Okay, fine. I still had to learn it after that, but yeah. It changed my perspective of it. I knew there was a collectible here and I forgot it. Also this thing threw me off the first time. A banner blocking the door and you can't really see that there's nothing behind it. See if my wimpy hireling can pick this lock. Good luck, come on. Try it. Nice. He's going to die now because, well, monsters spawn next to the entrance and they're going to kill him. I like when I predict something, where if I defeat my prediction, no matter what I say, I'm going to lose. Because the truth is, I didn't want him to die, but if I said, if he does die, so then I was right, but he died. And if he stays alive, like I really want him to, so then I was wrong. It's great. But at least I can prove that the monsters spawn in after, as you can see here. And we get a Miststalker. Debating if I should break down the door and run to the next room. I wonder if it will count as one of the 3 bosses. Let's see. Nope. Well, that makes sense, but yeah. Sometimes the Miststalkers count as part of the quest objectives. Luckily, it doesn't break anything. Yeah, so there's a guy who supposedly threw the chest down to the bottom. We drop down, we can get a chest now. I'm not going to bother with it, though.
The first Blackheart general greets death with a snarl.
As long as we get all the collectibles, everything is fine. The boss spawns in on one of the 2 sides, and it's random which side he spawns in on. I was hoping to not have to fight both sides, just check which side, but whatever. I'm fine with killing all of them. Yeah. There are a few places in this quest where you can like open up a passageway and allow a shortcut later. Make it even shorter to get to the end. So hypothetically, if you're running this quest with 5 other players, I'm just saying hypothetically, and all those players happen to be your own player, and you didn't want to have to walk them through the entire quest. So hypothetically, you can make a shortcut. They can get to the end faster. Just saying. Just in case you need to know. I don't know what you can do with that information, but again. Yeah, you can get lost forever. And like small things, like if you drop down over here, because you're trying to get to that shrine, this lands you back where those spiders were with the cracked floor that we started at the beginning. It like circles back around above itself. Yeah, the map over here is terrible. It's very hard to see what's going on. You can't just like, it's not a linear map where it's all flat. You can like, okay, this section is connected to that section. No, it's all layers. I mean, DDO really needs to work on their 3D map skills. So you can actually tell which layer you're on. I mean, a classic example is the pit. And that map is a nightmare for anybody who like depends on it. Of course, I don't depend on the map, and I don't care, but when I did depend on the map, it took me absolutely forever.
As you drop down, you hear a troll barking orders. Slain Rort Rotseer, leader of the Blackheart Trolls.
Rort Rotseer? Isn't that the same guy who was the captain of the Tide Turns? Sounds very similar.
I see the terror of our history when I look upon this battlefield. Giants have done great evil. I feel it in my gut. I fear we will do evil amaze.
Very hard to talk with the DM talking over your head.
This land is steep.
So I'm just waiting for him to shut up so I can talk. You don't have to like fight with him.
Created such a place. And why?
Okay, now who remembers the old skip in this quest? You either know it or you don't know it. The really old skip. Let's call it the corner skip. I've got a question for Twitch viewers. Why do you watch on Twitch and not on YouTube? I mean, what do you like about it more? You put in prison skip? No, not that one. How do you know about that one? If you ask me how I know about it, somebody on Twitch told me about it. Like what I did there? Basically, my question to Twitch viewers is, I'm trying to figure out, like, I know there's different styles of streaming for Twitch and different styles of streaming for YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the key features for each, so. Well, thanks for the compliment, I appreciate it. As by the way, I'm wearing an outfit who's part of the game, so. I'm actually wearing the same hat on this character right now. Just in case you haven't noticed. Mine is not as good as his, but yeah. But it is very much the same. And if you're wondering how I made it so perfect, I actually ripped some, well, basically got a one-from-one from the game. There's a few different methods of getting this, but I was considering making a VTuber model once. But yeah, it's as close as I could get it. The rest of the outfit is from Feywild. Leaves of the Forest or something. I forgot what it's called. It's got these gold, whatever, things. Goal is that the Aldbar character can talk as the Aldbar character in the game. So that was the initial goal. I haven't let go of it yet. But I am considering changing at least part of my... It's not very convenient to put on and off. As I said before, if I want something to be a long time, there's got to be something that I'm not going to get sick of. So I want it to be sustainable, and if putting on my outfit to stream is annoying, so then it's not a good outfit. I need to change it. So I don't mind the hat, but I do mind the rest. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. So the answer to my question is this corner over here, either this one or the one next to it. If you stand on it, it would allow you to climb up. It was like a crack over here. You just jump and it would get all the way to the top of the place. The goggles I'm using are called, I forgot what their name is. They're rose-colored goggles. If you're wondering what the rose-colored goggles are, they come from the anniversary. And they change their view, their what's it called? Their appearance based on what armor you're wearing. And some armors give them a unique look. Basically, what they do is the part of the center, which is the goggle, is using a little bit of the texture of your armor. So different armors have different textures, and the goggles look different. So yeah, just fun fact about it. I wish DDO would allow you to use a hat and a goggle set at the same time, which is currently not an option. Which it was, because then my character would look literally the same. Now it's only very close. So you never know. Maybe they'll enable it eventually. Here comes the other skip. This one they left, thankfully. Supposed to jump to the ledge over here, but I usually just turn around, jump to the ledge across on the other side. Find this much easier and way more consistent. Like that. You're supposed to go through the maze and you have another player pull levers for you. And then you get through gates slowly but surely. But I don't have time for that. So I'm just skipping everything. I'm going to do things out of sequence now. By the way, you can actually jump down, kill this guy, and climb back up. I'm terrible at it, so I'm not going to do it mid-quest and get stuck. But I might try it at the end. But I'm not promising I'm going to succeed.
Great feeling
I've only done it very few times.
overwhelms you as you approach Melchior the Mad.
And as far as I can tell, depending on which character you're using, it might not be possible. If your height is the wrong height, you might like bump your head and never be able to catch the ledge, whatever. Yes, it is the final boss. You're supposed to come here at the end, but there's other minor bosses you have to find in the middle, so you're gonna have to go back and get them or the quest won't complete. So changing the sequence doesn't really break the quest. You still have to kill all of them. But yeah. Couldn't be bothered to do it in order. Part of the Twitch game, I'm calling it the Twitch game. Hi Bill Woods, good morning. How you doing? Part of the Twitch game is they give you these achievements that tell you like how good you're doing, and there's a whole bunch of achievements who have nothing to do with like you as a streamer directly, but only indirectly. Like how many people are chatting at the same time. It's like that would depend on people wanting to talk over each other. It's like, why? Okay, whatever. It is what it is, though. Actually, the jump is purely dependent on, what's it called? On your jump skill, not on your movement speed. That doesn't actually require a long jump at all. So that's one jump you actually probably could do. Fun fact, if you remind me after the quest, I can go show you. But you can easily acquire plus 20 jump potions that everybody can have access to. It's one of the like most it's a gigantic oversight that nobody notices in DDO. You can easily get plus 20 jump potions. Usually the ones you buy from the store are just plus 10. And I know from White Plume Mountain you get plus 30s. But the White Plume Mountain ones are not free to play because you have to have White Plume Mountain. And you can get plus 40 jump potions from the Snow Peaks event. But those, I think they drop once you leave the quest, so they don't count either. But you can get plus 20 jump potions that are super easy and very convenient to use. I would recommend having a few of them at least. So if somebody reminds me as soon as I'm finished the quest, I'll be happy to go show you. I might remember on my own, but whatever. Please remind me, thank you.
You feel the warm metal of your badge of office as you read the pronouncement. The guard to your right shifts nervously. Will this village obey the summons?
I've just crossed the middle part of my lantern. My lantern is now more than 50% complete. Wow. This thing's taking forever. I'm probably going to break down at the end and just go farm everything on the Reaper 1. Do Into the Mist a million times, but I'll need a party for that. So I don't lose my sanity. Now we got one more boss to kill, and they've added a check right in the middle of the maze to force you to go through the entire maze. That was their goal. They just put it someplace in the middle of the maze, so we'll just do that. We'll just go to the center of the maze and click on it. Well, yeah. Why should I do more than that?
You hear a mechanical clicking sound that reverberates
There's
through
a whole bunch of optionals all over DDO that are... They don't really give you good XP, but I love doing them. If it's fun, I'll do it, even if I don't get anything from it. And if it's not fun, I won't. So it's like, when they force you to do certain pieces of content, I don't get it. Just make fun content, and players will do it. Why do you have to, like, try to force them to do it? Okay, is this gonna let me through? As soon as I cross this line, I should finish.
You have finally found your
There
way
we go.
through the labyrinth. Melchior the Mad must be near.
This idiot hireling is gonna go the wrong way. Finally. Let's see if I can do the optional. I'm really curious now. Haven't tried it in a very long time. Yeah, basically, the text in the game shows you there's an optional, but the gate into that area has this lever broken. So you can get it by jumping down in. So let's go do that.
Eidolon does not
kill him.
appear happy that you have found him.
There we go. Got him. Yeah, so to get out, basically, there's a ledge over here, and then there's a ledge up over here. Sorry, I don't know if I'm blocking the view. A ledge over here. Then there's a ledge over here, and you can catch the top. So, yeah, that's basically... But this one you have to have, like, a long jump and a whole bunch of other things. This is not practical. I don't remember if I need to jump to this ledge first or not. I think I need to jump to this ledge first. Whoops. And I bounced off. Here's the tricky thing. I can try to stand here and do it, and I might be stuck here for an hour. I don't feel like doing that. I'm just going to move on. Luckily, I did remember. I said I was going to show you something after I finished this quest. Let's go do that. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Okay. I'm kidding. Thank you. I appreciate it. So many times I've forgotten things. Like I get distracted and next thing I'm doing. So yeah, let's do jump pots plus 20. I'm assuming you've been to the harbor before. I'm assuming you stood at the bank before. I'm assuming you've probably never talked to this collector before. Jump potions plus 20. 3 amber vials. How many millions of these do you have? There's 38. And you trade them. That's it. So if you're trying to do a quest, you should always have like a small stack of these just in case you, well, need a plus 20 jump pot. Now, where did they go in my inventory? 1 second. Here. I knew I already had a few. Plus 20, minimum level 1. And they're not bound. Now, it says this target friend and self. I don't know if these use the drinking animation or the casting animation. Let's see. Drinking animation. Here's a blast from the past. It used to be, many years ago, it used to be that some potions, when you used them, that rather than using the drink animation, so rather than going like this, it would do the cast animation. Sorry, I don't really fit in whatever, in the window, but basically it would move their hands, okay? And if you had potions that did the cast animation, which were a lot of their classic potions, you could actually cast potions on your friends. So you'd click a friend, and then you'd use a drink curse potion, and you would cast the potion. And it meant two things. First of all, you could cast potions on other players. And the other thing was you couldn't cast potions underwater. So then, like, they introduced the guild potions, which of course were working as intended, where you could drink them, but the ones you could drink, well, those you can't cast. So it was like, it was a cash. You had two different, it was good and bad depending on your circumstances. So anyway, let's head back to Gianthold. Once again, if somebody's got a specific quest request or like a DDO demonstration, feel free to mention it and we'll see what we can do. Also, I've been trying to do at least one solo raid every stream, and the one who's currently probably going to be, it will be Heroic Shroud. I need to do it. I want to make a video. What's it called? I've been saving clips of the different solo raids. I want to have like as many solo raids recorded on my Twitch stream as possible. So, unless you've got a specific raid in mind, well, think about it. If you do, please tell me. I'm not promising I'll be able to do it, but if I can, I will try. So. Yesterday I did Epic Abbot or Mark of Death on what's it called? Epic Legendary Normal or whatever it is. I don't know if it's Epic or Legendary. Epic Normal? I can't remember, whatever. I think it's Epic Normal. Gotta repair all my stuff. Been running a few quests and not stopping to repair. Better do it now. And yeah, I'm just basically, every time I click on thing, I just wait for it to open up for a second. Just make sure it doesn't have 2 slots on it. So this has 1 slot. Don't need that. Anything that's got 2 slots has potentially a good amount of value in the auction house. Generally speaking, 2 slot items sell. For any of you who do Counter crafting, who might not know it, there's a minimum level on items, and if there's a slot in it, it increases the base minimum level. It doesn't actually increase the base minimum level. So if you take an item that has 2 slots on it, it says base minimum level 8, and you craft it with a +1, it will actually become a +1. You can actually log out, log back in, and you'll see it will change its level to be +1. So, yeah. Something that I didn't know for many years. I was always like, okay, if I want to make a low-level item, I must find an item who doesn't have too many slots in it. If I want a level 1, I'll have to have it with a clear slot, because if not, I won't be able to use it. Nope. You can just force the minimum level. And while we're speaking about Kenneth crafting, did you know that the Gem of Many Facets, the trinket that comes from Chronoscope, is craftable, and it has a yellow slot in it? And if you were listening to what I said before, you can actually craft it to be minimum level 1. So if you want, you can make yourself a trinket who's got true seeing on it, minimum level 1, and slot in your, what's it called? Gem, whatever it's called, the Voice of the Master gem, I forgot what it's called. Gift of the Master, who basically gives you +5 XP, percent to your total XP. And you have a very, very nice trinket for leveling. You're welcome. I know you didn't ask for that, but it was too good not to tell you anyway. Still not sure what is it about Kenneth crafting that scares away so many players. It really isn't complicated, and the upsides are definitely worth it. It makes your life when it comes to gearing so much easier, because there's so many times where it's like the gear Tetris, if it could be just a bit more flexible, would save you so much time. And having that Kenneth crafting just like pop in there and fix out like 1 or 2 items is a game changer as far as I'm concerned. So I would recommend it. By the way, speaking of that cloak, so for context, there's 2 items you need to get and a few tokens. So an item called the Voice of the Master, which is a trinket that comes from Delera's tomb. You have to do 4 quests. And once you finish the final quest, you'll have an end reward guaranteed, either Voice of the Master or Epic Voice of the Master. So you're going to want to take the Voice of the Master. It's a level 5 trinket where you equipped it, it gives you +5 to your XP, total XP. And then there's another item called Mantle of the World Shaper or something like that, which again, this is an item that comes from End of a Chain. You have to do Thronal. Thronal is, I think, 9 quests. I don't know, 3. Yeah, 3. I think it's 9 quests in total. And at the end of the chain, you get this item called Mantle of the World Shaper. If you have both items on at the same time, you also get True Seeing as a artifact bonus. Now, the thing is that everybody hates running Thronal. Basically, everybody hates running Thronal. If you don't, you're weird. I don't know. I mean, good for you, enjoy it. But the truth is, they're not very friendly designed quests. It's like NPCs and a whole bunch of other things that can drive you crazy. So most players don't like them. So you can end up soloing it just to get this item. And it can be very tedious. So I get the sentiment of not liking it, but I've got one piece of good news. Is when you try to farm it, you might think that you need to repeat the entire quest chain. And the truth is, you don't. You only need to repeat the second half of the quest chain. And since Mantle of the World Shaper is guaranteed, so I think you only have to do like 6 quests rather than all 9 quests. So if you are going to farm this, I would recommend doing one character who farms the Mantle of the World Shaper and do it, I don't know, get 3 or 4 of them. By the way, they're exclusive, so you'll have to keep moving them to the bank. And then you do the same thing for the Voice of the Master. And then you get your final thing, which is the Legendary Raid tokens. Legendary Raid tokens either do by doing Epic Elite, Epic Elite Chronoscope. No, not Epic Elite Chronoscope, or by running Zawabi's Revenge, Demon Queen. Zawabi's Revenge is much faster. And yeah, once you do those 2 things, you have 5 of each, you can make yourself an augment, and the augment is bound to account. So you don't have to actually do it on the character that you want to use it. It used to be bound to character, but even then, you can actually fudge your way through it, because if you put it inside of an item who's bound to account, you can actually just pass it like that with the item. So that's another thing to keep in mind. There's at the top over here, there's a code you need to get, which you can pick up over here. And yeah, up, down, down. And the truth is that you don't really need to pick up the code because you can guess it. Because it's always 2 of them are up and 2 of them are down. There's really not that many options. You can just guess all the different configurations and you'll get it before you know it. So I've many times walked all the way to the top, forgotten the code, and was like, I'll just guess it. And then got it in a few tries. So yeah, I agree with your sentiment about the Mantle of the World Shaper, but also there's a way around having to do the entire quest chain again and again and again. You got to be very careful with clicking on the NPC when you say you want to repeat the quest chain, which quest chain you want to repeat. Speaking of that, also Sorrowdusk Island, if you want to farm items from the end list for some reason, you only have to repeat the top 6 quests. You don't have to repeat the bottom 4. Talk to the NPC and repeat only the second chain. Why would you want to repeat that? Well, the truth is that Sorrowdusk Island has the best full plate per level. The full plate over there has the highest AC out of all other full plates. Again, at that level. But like, there's at least one item. I farmed it because I wanted cosmetics. There's a cosmetic cloak I wanted. I think it's purple. That comes from there. And a cosmetic rapier. That has kind of a unique, clean look that I really liked.
Whatever was imprisoned within this chamber must have been terribly powerful. A door with an intricate
Gianthold is not that hard.
Any further
I'll tell you what about Gianthold. If you want to do it on epic normal, not heroic. Okay? Stay away from heroic. Heroic takes forever to get there. And not only does it take forever to get there, the hounds over there are not red named, and they die in like a few hits. Just stay away from it. And do epic normal. You can teleport directly in, and it's by far the best option. And I made the solo walkthrough guide for it, and it really isn't hard. It's more of a technical one. Set aside, like, okay, I want to do this in 5 attempts. And every attempt you'll do it better, and you'll probably get it on your second or third attempt. And it's really very short. There's no, like, no run up to the raid or anything. If you fail, you recall, reset, re-enter in a second. You play a melee or a ranged character? Tank, healer, what's your style? Based on your style, I can tell you what's the most appropriate raid for you to try to add to your rotation. And there's my code. Up, up, down, down. See, I didn't mess it up.
As the valve locks
Yep,
into
got it right.
place, the barrier to the central chamber vanishes.
Eventually, I'm going to have to pull that switch, but I don't know if my Hireling will be able to do it, so let's see.
8 receptors cover the walls of the large central chamber. It is likely all must be filled for the chamber to open its planar cell.
Here you must have Hirelings to activate these things. So, I want this Hireling to be facing the wall. It always does this thing where you click on it and it walks away from the place and gets itself in trouble. Because it's going to try to run into the room and hit the barrier and kill itself. Okay. Here I've got a whole bunch of questions and they're all law-based. You have to have... Your alignment has to be lawful for you to do this option. But I respect law, yes. Ask your questions, okay. Pay tax on the true amount. Turning it into the authorities. Turn yourself in. Yeah, so this one is, instead of fight, it's like, well, gotta get the answers right. I just do whatever would seem the most cliche answer for being lawful. So yeah. And that's that. So every one of these rooms, you have to put one orb in to open it. And once you activate it, it gets like, it's sucked into the wall. Once you finish the thing, it's burnt up. But you get 2 in return. So a net positive of 1 for every one of these rooms. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing. And I got misstalkered. Misstalkered. Okay, this one is broken. This one is the undead. Why does she keep on moving away from the spot? Drives me crazy.
And the portal to the plane of Dolar opens. All at once, dust rises from the floor, and the hanging corpses of long-dead soldiers take shape around you. As the last of the dead are laid to rest, the room returns to its original state. The orbs at the back of the room are no longer in.
I would recommend trying TOD, Tower of Despair. It's a level 20 raid. And if you're melee, that raid is pretty suitable for you. So it's a fun raid. And what you're looking for is you're looking for the war trophies. So you can make yourself rings. What do you need the rings for? Well, if you have a ring and you add plus 40 healing amplification that stacks with everything else. And if you're going to do Ever Reapers, you want to have one of those rings to bypass, you know, if you're trying to solo anything on Reaper. So that's a good raid with a nice item to it. So I would recommend trying out TOD. It won't kill you if you know what you're supposed to be doing. It's not that hard. If you want, I'll tell you what the key points are so you can succeed. It's not too hard. In fact, if you want, I can do that one instead of doing a Heroic Shroud. Which again is also a nice raid, because Heroic Shroud is very good if you want to make clickies for TR.
The symbol for the plane of Fernia is seared as the plane of Fernia becomes coterminous with our own. Flames engulf the walls and lava flows from the portal above.
Yeah, each one of these rooms has its own theme to it. It's like the prison of the planes, your different planes. So this one is the fire plane or whatever it is, ice plane, etc., etc. And the goal is to defeat all the different guardians.
Cools as the final fire is quenched. The orbs go dark in their sockets.
If you're talking about soloing, yes. But again, if you're talking about a character, if you have like a character who solos your raids, so it's your like endgame character, you just always leave at endgame, you only have to solo it once. You only have to farm it, flag it once. So again, so that's all part of the same thing. I would not keep on flagging every life for it, but if it's something that you already have set up, yeah, I would strongly recommend it. It's a very satisfying raid to farm.
The chamber marked by the symbol of Lamania is
I need one of those rings on this particular character, so eventually I'm gonna have to farm that raid. I'm just not at cap yet. I would like to wait until I'm at cap, because if I'm at cap, it will be much easier. But I could do it now also if I really wanted to. Gotta wait for him to come out of his invulnerable state before I can attack him again. He like turns himself into this wind elemental thingy, and he can't take any damage. But we can wait. I can get him then.
The trees wither and disappear.
I got him on tax return.
Recedes. The orbs in the receptors cease their sparkling.
My hirelings are slowly dying. I could just resurrect them all. Whatever. Now it's Darling's turn. You stand here.
The symbol of Maybar marks this chamber. The plane of Maybar opens, and darkness surrounds you.
Yeah, each plane has got its own story and its own lore and whatever. I don't know. They're all... This one has undead in it. Nice. You're talking about TOD? Tower of Despair? Yeah, so if you haven't done it yet, I strongly recommend it because it is actually very fun. I don't know. It's one of those fun raids. When you're no longer bogged down by having to have a tank and a whole bunch of other things, you can just go in and crush it. If you know what you're doing again.
Proceed as the endless night is banished. The orbs in the room are free for the taking.
Okay, here comes one of the scariest rooms. The ice room. This one you actually need a buff for. What happens is, this guy over here, one of the... There's like an ice, whatever it's called. He's got a dot, ice fencer or whatever. He's got this dot who does ice damage. And he can kill you basically in 3 seconds. Especially if he happens to be a champion.
The symbol for the plane of Rizia fills the... As the portal to Rizia opens, a rime of frost spreads quickly across the floor and walls.
Okay, got him. Yeah, his ice dot, if he's a champion, can be devastating. Get you before you ever even get to move, so. I've died more than once to this particular guy here. And it's not the one you would expect. Everybody expects the Beholder to be the one to kill you. But this one was like, he's just an ice monster. What can he do? So yeah. My advice is stay away from there. If not necessary, or be careful. Properly prepare. Here's a Merilith.
You find yourself in the center of a battleground as the plane of Shavarath surges forth.
I have two ways of attacking, and concentration I use when I'm trying to be more defensive. I don't want to take too much damage. I want to heal up a bit more.
You emerge the victor in this small piece of the Shavarath battleground. The orbs in the receptors are now lifeless and dark.
And yeah, that's it. Now I could face off against the final room. Why would I? It's not necessary. I think I'm going to use the shrine. Wait a second. I saw something over there. I thought it was a collectible. It's funny. It looks like they actually had all these rooms set up. And then they added all the decorations after. But functionally, the room actually worked. So there's actually a receptor over there with a burnt out orb inside of it. Not that that really helps me, but whatever. Where's Darling? Whatever. I don't care. Okay, I guess we go face off against the boss. Yes, I skipped one room. I don't feel like doing it. I only do it if I don't have the option to do lawful. That's the only time I do that optional. Here's the tricky part. If you put in all these orbs, so you can activate this room, okay? These are the orbs I've been collecting. And then you have to go back up there and pull the switch. So I left my Harling there. Thing is, I don't have the switch selected. So when I tell them to activate it, I just have to hope for the best that they will actually do their job. So I'm just going to mash use, and hopefully they'll click it. Instead of running around and doing something else. Come on, use it. I don't have to climb up there. Why won't you use it? Come on. Just do it already. Do I really have to go up there now? Fine. If I have to, I will.
The switch locks into place.
Okay, fine.
A magical voice comes from above. The chamber will see.
Maybe I need to stand them closer to it. I don't know. Whatever.
wrath fills the chamber.
Yeah, we've got 2 bosses to fight. On Heroic, you only have 1. You only have to fight the Warforged. But on Epic, you have to fight both. And I want to get rid of this guy because he hits you with, what's it called? Charisma damage, like now.
Hisses the Hashalak. The quarry screeches, and the Order of Danvi fills the chamber.
Once I defeat him, I won't have to suffer from this nonsense of charisma damage.
The quarry screeches, and the stench of
If you take too much stat damage, well, charisma, let's say in this case, I will become helpless. I will only be able to move around my character, but I won't be able to attack or heal or do anything else, so I really don't want that to happen. Right now I've got a ring of healing taking care of me, so even though I was like incapacitated, I was caught, I still could defend myself. Well, heal up at least.
in waking and in dream.
Yeah, so over here, we killed the Warforged, and now if we click on his docent, it moves the quest along. If you click on it again, you will die.
It would be safer to let Maragog collect the ancient artifact for himself.
We will let Maragog collect it for himself. 69. Nice. Too bad it was 220, not 240. Or 420. And we're basically at cap. Oh well. Well, I think I'm going to take a short intermission, just bathroom break, be back. And yeah, if anybody wants to change their mind about the raid, tell me. So I'll be just back in just a few minutes. So grab yourself a coffee, bathroom break, whatever you need. See you soon. Well, welcome back, everyone. Hope your break was fine. Yeah. So, where were we? Right. Gianthold. And we need to take a level. Let's do that. Why did I go here? I was in the one place I needed to be. Sorry, my bad. Also, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to take at this level. I think I know, but I'm going to confirm using my DDO builder. 1 second. If anybody's wondering, DDO is primarily about building characters, so there's so many details and things that we have a fan-made character builder, which allows you to build whatever character you want, and you can see how it's going to be before you actually play it. Okay, I've just confirmed that I know what I'm supposed to be taking, so yeah. Let's go talk to the Epic Trainer. More strength, and where's that thing? Font of Life. I know everybody hates on this particular thing, but I love it. Since all of my attacks do a small amount of healing, having that heal scale as much as possible is really, really, really important. If you put your mouse over the thing, you can see how much healing I've got. So my positive healing right now is 173% extra. I mean, your base healing is 100%, so this is extra. So it's another 173, so I'm almost up to 300% total to my healing. Okay, that's basically what that means. Once I get that ring, should be good to go. So yeah, guild airship this time, and I think we have 2 more quests on Gianthold, and then we're off to the raid, I guess. So let's see. Gianthold, Gianthold, Gianthold.
The city of Stormreach is abuzz with the news that a ship has arrived to ferry passengers to Sharn, the city of towers.
I didn't make a coffee. I just made room for coffee.
For a grand adventure in the
See the
clouds.
difference?
Speak to Captain Aldbar Dranmore in the Stormreach harbor to set sail for Sharn.
So it's confusing trying to figure out which one of these quest givers gives you the reward. I usually pick it up only once when it's... I only pick up the reward once I'm done, so I don't have to like go looking for everyone, but whatever. Nothing better than combinations. Okay, fine. And Prison of the Plains. Actually, this means there's 2 quests I need to do. Because I need to do... what's it called? Legendary Tour. So yeah, 2 more quests. I think it's Foundation of Discord, or... Let's see if I can actually teleport there. And the other one, whatever it's called. Cry for Help. That's the bonus stuff. Yeah. That's how much extra healing amplification you have. If you had no extra healing amplification, that would just say 0. But when you heal whatever you heal. So that's 100%. You see what I'm saying? I found this out also with the guild renown and stuff. You have a bonus to guild renown. Then, yeah, it's additive to whatever. Guild renown is actually really funny. You have these potions you can get from House Cannith. They give you 5% bonus to guild renown. 10% bonus to guild renown. Doesn't give you 10%. It gives you 110% bonus to guild renown. But when you get guild renown, you're already getting a 100% guild renown. So that's 210% guild renown total. So like the math is like all over the place because it doesn't say how much you get total. It just says how much you have added. And even at that, sometimes it's not doing a really good job. So yeah. Okay, let's put it like this. My ability over here shadows cannot exist without the light. This heals me for 100. Okay, I'm going to use it now. 273 instead of 100. Okay, because I have 173% extra, which turned into 273% extra. You can see it on the dot. I hope I rest my case. I mean, you can just do the quest. You don't even have to do TOD to get those pots, by the way. Well, yeah. Listen, I don't care about how big the number is. It's only what can you actually do with it when it comes to specific healing abilities. So like certain healing abilities heal you for a ton, so you don't need a gigantic multiplier on them. And some healing abilities are very low, so you have to have a gigantic multiplier. So I wouldn't just judge it by the number. So let's say if I'm using something who doesn't use spell power, so then your healing amplification is very critical. And if you're doing something who does use healing, that does use what's it called, positive healing power, so then yeah, there's another way to get that number up. See what I'm saying? That depends how you're getting to that number. So let's say all of my healing abilities actually care about my spell power, while my Primal Scream doesn't care about my spell power, it only cares about my healing amp. So different abilities have different ways of scaling. So I don't know which you're going to be using for your healing. I'm assuming on your tank. So yeah, it might not be that big of a deal, and it might be very important. Might as well have this guy give me blur. It's free.
Cavernous tunnels converge.
Yeah. This particular quest, my goal is to find some guy at the end who's protected by these barriers and kill him. Yeah, or the Aurum or whatever these dwarves are here. I don't know what this thing is, some kind of a cult or something. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna fight my way through them and defeat their boss. Their leader, or whatever. I wouldn't say they're fearless leader, they're fearful leader, because he's paranoid, he's got himself all protected. He doesn't actually face me until he has no choice.
The gentle current of water echoes from this well.
How much is your healing amplification on Reaper? Can you one-shot heal yourself on Reaper also? Because that's really the test. You can overheal yourself normally, so then on Reaper you should be fine also. So I'd like to personally thank everybody who's been chatting. It helps my stats when people, well, type things in chat. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm personally kind of more of a lurker. If I watch somebody else's stream, I usually don't type anything. I just watch. So I definitely get the vibe of not wanting to directly interact. Just hoping somebody else will say what you have on your mind. I'm sure a lot of you have that feeling. But yeah. For those of you who do chat, thank you very much. Apparently, Twitch thinks it's very important. They've made little achievements out of it. Whoops, got turned around over there. This area, okay, has like 4 branching paths to come off of it. You have to go down 3 of them and kill a boss who deactivates some kind of rune on the floor, who then opens up the path. And one of them is optional. Blade Forge, Pally Monk, any good? Why not? Are you asking, is it better than regular Monk? There's no reason why it shouldn't work. I mean, the only main disadvantage I can see is if you're gonna go Paladin Monk, you really want to have Sacred Defender. Or not Sacred Fist. And regular Blade Forge is just Paladin. It's not Sacred Fist, so that's kind of that was like kind of the thing. So if you don't mind using a heart and then changing that +1 to Sacred Fist, I think it would be very good, because you could get yourself hand wraps as favored weapon, and you could go crazy and have Reconstruct as a one-click button to heal yourself. Yeah, I think it's very effective, but again, would be expensive. I would probably never make it myself. Unless I'm using some kind of other weapon, which would keep me centered while being a monk. So that would be the trade-off for me. So if you're going if you want hand wrap monk, so then you'll have to use a +1, because if not, you're missing out a lot of power. I mean, becoming a monk and being Sacred Fist monk, that would be great. There's a few different things you can do to make a build good. And one of the elements is the build itself, like its feats and class abilities and synergy and all that. The other one is its gear. Another one is how many gained experience it has, so past lives and stuff like that, tomes, and those are things that are just like tacked onto the build, but they don't have anything to do with the specific class split you're playing right now. And finally, the player experience. So those are the 4 different quadrants. And if you max out any one of those 4, you probably have a viable build. So you don't have to have all 4 to be really good, but one of those or even 2 of those. So if you know what you're doing and you have good gear, you probably can play anything. If you know what you're doing and you have a whole bunch of past lives, you also can probably play anything. You see what I'm saying? Combine 2 of those and you're good to go. Yeah, Abundant Step is really fun. I actually am planning, if I ever get around to remaking my quick stick build, I'll probably go for 12 monk just for the Abundant Step, because the quick step, the quick movement that you get from it is just like so good. I love it. Yeah, I think we've done this side. Let's go check out the other side. Anyway, welcome to everybody. If anybody's new over here right now, thanks for joining the show. I hope you're having a good time. Basically what we're doing right now is, in this quest, I've got these 3 bosses right now who stand on top of these runes. I just killed them and the rune went out. And this should open up the way to the boss, the final boss. There's an optional tunnel over here that I can go down, but I don't need to. and I don't think I can pick the lock at the end. And I'm just going to ignore it. Move on. I mean, truth is I can try. Let's see if I can. Darling hasn't died yet. You never know. Yeah, this is one of those kind of things where I have a option. I'm like, I don't know. Haven't done this thing in 2 years, 3 years. Let's go do it now. As an actual quarterstaff, if you're... Belly Menu is asking, what do I think about the Dream Spitter quarterstaff for level 18? My honest opinion is, with the new meta of the game, it's not really that powerful, objectively, as a quarterstaff. However, I personally love it, and I use it always as a ooze beater and as a secondary weapon, because I love the gimmick for it, and I love fully upgrading it. But there's much better things that you can use at that level. Thanks, Mara G. I just remembered something. I was doing a stream probably a year ago. I did a high road, and my game crashed. And yesterday I did a high road, and my game crashed. Coincidence? Maybe, I don't know. But it might be, so. I'm just not going to do a high road on stream. That's it. Finished. It's that simple. Who would have thought? I totally forgot about that air trap. Oh well. Big deal. I don't know why I'm defending my Harley. I don't care if he dies. I have all the premium hirelings. Well, not all of them, but a lot of these good premium hirelings. But they only become good once you get to level 30. These low-level ones are not really worth anything. Not in epic levels, so. I mean, they can't really protect me or defend me in any kind of meaningful way, but having this character over here to like find secret doors and open locks usually works, depending on the difficulty setting. Some quests had like their difficulty settings adjusted, and the hireling is useless. He died now, 1 second. Here's the real reason why I want to do it, because on this server I haven't killed this guy yet. I want to add him to my monster manual. Yeah. Something new on my monster manual.
Tips of Patrick's young apprentice.
Nothing else in this room? Oh, take your soul stone. Let's get out of here. Check this out. DDO is trying to prevent lag. So one of the things they do is they don't want things to stay around too long. And champion chests are things that spawn in all the time. So basically they made it so after 3 minutes, it starts turning red, and a minute later, it'll disappear. So, yeah, keep it in mind. If until now you ignore champion chests until you had time later, just keep in mind that it is on a timer and eventually it will disappear. Just saying. Well, we're nearing the end of this quest. Just remembered I haven't buffed in a while. Room with the steps in it and a bunch of orbs. Good guess. Final room before the final room. Okay, this end room has got an interesting mechanic. There's a bunch of gongs you need to smash, and they all vibrate at the same time, and they'll break the floor underneath where the boss is hiding out over there, camping inside of his cube of force. gonna have to kill some of these guys because they're hitting me with these annoying spells that are preventing me from being able to do what I want. They gotta go.
As the first
That's one.
bell sounds, Patrick the
If I can hide behind over here.
curses loudly while ground shakes beneath his feet.
Yeah, certain abilities have like dots, damage over time. And those are very annoying when it comes to try to, yeah. He just hit me with burning blood. The small amount of damage, but it'll prevent me from being able to click on the gong. Well, take care, Marvin. Good to see you. Hope to see you again. Next stream, whenever that is. Yeah. Sleep well. Hello, Natural Agent. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it.
Toward the ground beneath
Hope you're having a good day.
He loses his footing as the floor begins to fall away.
We're right at the end of this quest. We've destroyed the floor, knocked it in, and now we have to kill this boss. We thought he would be safe inside of his room made out of force until we broke the floor from underneath him. Yeah, good night, Kelly. Man, time zones is a very weird thing. You're talking to people who haven't gotten up yet and people who haven't gone to bed yet. They're all in the same chat. And we are done. This one finished. We got one more walk-up quest to do, and then I guess we have Epic Gianthold Tour. Okay, we head to Epic Gianthold. Cry for help. Hey, look, another named boss. Monster Manual says thank you. If anybody's wondering what the Monster Manual is, I'll show you just a moment. As I clear some space over here to breathe. You would think I'm giving out candy. They all want to come talk to me. Okay. Let's check out the Monster Manual. So, your Monster Manual is down over here. And yeah, you can basically, you can buy Monster Manuals in the DDO store. You all get one for free. And the more Monster Manuals you have, well, the more access you have to different monsters. As you kill the monsters and you get different objectives, these two bottom cores open up. And you can get, first you get access to how much, when you look at a monster, you can see how many hit points it has, how much life it has, like the exact number. And then eventually some of them also have an ability to get a pet. So that's the bottom row over here. And this is account wide. So it's server wide. Okay. All characters on that server. So I can have like 5 different characters running all at the same time. And, play one day with this guy, one day with that guy, and it all counts up together. And then individually I have this, and this gets reset every time I TR. But as long as I don't TR, it just climbs up, and I get XP. That means I get experience for just killing monsters. So it's a very nice side buff for anybody who's doing a lot of TR. That means you keep on starting and restarting over and over again and getting more and more powerful. What happens is you'll end up getting a lot of XP on the side just for running and killing monsters. Here we've got a quest objective. This is a rare encounter. Talk to these guys, and they're going to be attacked by a dragon. So let's kill a dragon. And he's a white dragon. And he's a dead white dragon. I will take your loot. Thank you very much. And this too. You don't need it anymore. Now I'm going to move on. Cry for help. Here we come. That particular shortcut over there doesn't work if you don't have a good jump, which is a shame, because going any other way is just long and tedious. But we've already shown where you can get a plus 20 jump potion. Cry for help. Here we've got somebody who's been captured and we're here to save them. And they're crying for help. And they've been captured by a bunch of Rakshasa. Rakshasa, these tiger humanoid things who've got their hands on backwards for some reason. I don't know who Nightmare Fuel came up with this thing. But their hands are literally on backwards. The wrong way around. So your hand closes this way. If your hand closes like this, their hand closes the other way. It's very bizarre. And the other thing is they have a resistance against anything but piercing damage. So yeah, that's very important for some reason. I don't know. Feels like somebody made a character in his campaign, his D&D campaign, just to mess with one specific player he had in his group, and then they made it into an official character. That's what it feels like. Yeah, this quest has a lot of this. Go get a key, open up a locked door. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go get a key and open up a locked door. Gotta kill everyone else before I show off the Rakshasa. I just don't want to die to him. Well, I don't want to die to all the trash in the room. That's really the problem. Never mind, I killed him already. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. Yet. Well, there's another 5 of them at least in the quest, so hopefully we'll get to show one of them off. Yeah, we're basically slowly but surely working our way into this compound, complex, whatever you want to call it, thingy. Trying to find the voice that's calling for help. And I'm trying very hard not to kill the Rakshasa. He really does want to die, but I'm trying not to kill him. So, show off your backwards hands, please. You see it now? His hands are on backwards. I wasn't kidding. He holds the sword in his hand and it's on backwards. I'm not above killing somebody when he's down. If you're a monster in a video game, that's what you get. Okay, let's move on. There's a path over here. You're supposed to walk over here, like on this crack. That'll break around you. Could, of course, just do a long jump and get across.
The cries for help are closer. Please! And help! Are now clearly audible.
Yeah, so that's the DM acting out the damsel in distress that they put in this quest. And we're getting mist-stalkered right now. Great. At least it missed. We came into this room just because we had to, well, get a key from a locked chest, as always. And then we'll be able to move on. I want to get rid of these guys. Too many of them, not good. Yeah, I probably could take off the lantern right now, because these quests are base level 24 and I am level 28, so I don't actually get any reward from the Miststalkers. I will do that right now so I don't forget. I will take the lantern off, put it here. No need to fight them if I'm not getting XP for it. And this floor breaks when you come back, so once you pick up the key, so this becomes a trap, so let's jump it. Ha ha ha. Oh no, there's a collectible there. I have to go down and get it. I guess joke's on me, I'm gonna go in there anyway. Okay, okay. I'll give him that one. I feel like a fish and I've just been hooked with some bait. But I did get away, so at least I've got that going for me. Yeah, collectibles are something you can pick up in DDO, and you can turn them in, let's say for plus 20 jump pots like we showed before, but a lot of times you can turn them in for, well, use them as part of a crafting system, Gold Cannith crafting, so it's very useful for me, and I really try to pick up every collectible if possible, because I'm going to use it inevitably, most likely, probably. I'm not very sure. My confidence is diminishing. See if I can get past this thing without being shot up into the ceiling and getting grinded up. And I made it through. Whew. Yeah, there's a bunch of air traps over there who shoot you up to the ceiling, and then the ceiling breaks, and there's like a trap in the ceiling. It's really mean. Okay. Soon I'll get there. Over here we've got, again, these princes. We need to kill them and pull the switches in every room. So I gotta kill the Rakshasas. Get rid of the trash also, while we're at it. Anytime we've got... anytime the game, like, pads out a room with a whole bunch of extra monsters, just so you'll have more things to fight, typically referred to as trash. Just like here. Take some stuff to fight. That's, well, I don't know. That's the way it feels. That blade got me, actually. Barely. Supposed to go up here and pull a lever. Oh, and I should probably rebuff. I'm taking a lot of force damage. Unnecessary. Yeah, I'm not immune to magic missile unless I cast shield or night shield. Magic missile is those purple dots that I'm getting hit with. Above my head you can see all the different things I've cast on myself. The green numbers are my healing. Yeah. Another lever to pull in this room. 2 levers need to be pulled on both sides, and that opens up. There is actually a optional over here. Maybe we'll do that too. Of course, you're supposed to climb up by using a ladder, but I don't have time for that, so jump it is. Here's the ladder, just in case you're wondering. At the lever at the end of this drawbridge, gotta lower it. They really went out of their way to make sure that nobody jumps over this drawbridge and like soft locks themselves. They added a whole bunch of extra gates just so you can't jump over it. But yeah, I'm definitely not the only one who's thought about trying to jump over that fence. Okay, we're almost done over here. And the gate is open. Let's go see if we can do the optional. Yeah, so these two rooms are connected. You can swim between them. And I think right over here is the optional we need. Can my hireling search underwater? Yes, he can. Thank you. And this has a lever who opens up a gate somewhere back over here. I'm pretty sure it's this direction. If not, we'll go the other direction, but pretty sure it's this way. There's a gate you have to pull to open up that will allow you to go through, etc., etc. Yeah, I think there's a gate over here someplace, and what we just pulled over there opens it up. And this takes us into an optional room. How do you climb out of this place? No, not this way. This way. Here we go. Again, I'm probably doing this primarily because I want the Rakshasa to be. I think there's a optional Rakshasa and I want him to be in my monster manual. I'm not even sure there is Rakshasa in my monster manual, but you know what? Let's check. Monster manual. I'm assuming Rakshasas are outsiders. Let's see. Rakshasa. Yes, indeed. 2,400 you have to kill just to get this thing unlocked. Man, that's a lot. How about this? 146 out of 150. Well, we should be getting this by the end of this quest. At least I'll have that unlocked. And I'm pretty buffed. Let's go. And he happened to be a Snow Peaks champion, so we get him in white. Pretty cool. Is there any dragon in DDO who's not red named at least? Or purple named? Does anybody know of a dragon in DDO who's not red or purple named? An orange named dragon. And I don't mean pseudo dragon. The reason I'm asking is because any orange named can become a champion. And it could become one of these, what's it called? Snow Festival champions. What I want is find a dragon who turned into ice. And for that, I need a dragon who's orange named. I am personally not aware of any dragon who's orange named right now. But if you find one, please tell me. I think it would be really cool to get a picture of a dragon who's turned into ice. Yeah, I just took a shortcut back. You don't have to do that thing. You can swim back, but click on that thing and it sends you to here. Anyway, final hallways. Got one more key to go and then fight the boss.
The locked door to the south. Horrific echoes of torture haunt this room. The interrogator and several of his implements are clearly missing.
Yeah, we're almost done. This is supposed to be the torturer's room. I think this thing is supposed to be an Iron Maiden, if I'm not mistaken. Not many other torture devices here. Actually, scratch that. This paperwork. This is a torture room. Never mind. I take that back. Either going through paperwork or in computer age, reading through somebody else's code and fixing it. Pure torture. You'll confess to anything before you have to fix somebody else's code.
Ursula Tador, a female captive, calls out through the gate.
Okay.
Please let me out of here.
And finally, Here's the damsel in distress who's been calling the whole quest. I talked to her,
Cloud of smoke
and the whole thing was a ruse anyways.
outsteps Lothar the Insidious.
I've been scammed. Look at these guys. I just used my Harper pen. Been talking about it so much in the last streams that I finally got to use it once. It's basically an item I can use once every 10 minutes. A single click and it'll get me out of any crowd control ability. But yeah, we are done. And finished. This quest actually drops a quiver. So something you can put over here and on your inventory. And it collects bolts and arrows. And yeah, this particular quiver adds poison damage to your ranged attacks. And the other thing is, I'm like a few XP away of taking another rank, so let's do that. If I kill one more giant, I should have enough XP. Oh, actually, I can just click on this thing.
Giant brothers,
That works also.
this is our final war with the truthful one. One of us will fall. Let us fight hard and make sure the giant kind wins this day.
Boy, is he intense. And I probably should use my action points. As I level up, I get experience points, or XP. And at the bottom of the screen over, you can see my ranks. And every time I finish a rank, I get something called a action point. Or in this case, epic action points. So these things. And they increase the power of my character. So I should probably spend them. Do a lot of good for my character. So right now, this thing I'm using as good, evil, lawful. It already has cold iron. So probably from here, the one I want is adamantite. Okay. That would be very nice. I won't have enough to buy the next core. I need to eventually invest in here. I'll probably end up resetting my character. 49. I've got 3 more and I won't be able to buy this thing yet. Give me any alignment. You know what? I'll just take this. I am going to take this anyway. So, except now I have also the Holy Mantle. I can only use one mantle at a time. They're mutually exclusive. You turn this one on, this one turns off. So turn this on. And now I have certain things to add to my weapon damage, etc., etc. And I'm going to swap back to this because this one gives me the healing that I like. So this or that, fine. Finish turning in our quests, and we need to do Gianthold Tour, or Legendary, or Epic Gianthold Tour, whatever it's called. There's the Saga Giver. Where's the Quest Giver? Here's the Quest Giver. Okay, I think he sent me now to Epic Gianthold Tour. Gianthold Tour, you have 3 optional endings. Boss fights with dragons, who drop dragon scales, we can use for crafting armor and stuff. And you don't have to do them, luckily. I'm not sure I feel like doing it. If you're going for a cosmetic, by the way, you should always go for the heroic. It'll be much faster. And you don't have to use Commendations of Valor to create the particular armor you want. Just a tip over there for somebody who's been trying to craft basically every kind of dragon scale armor on my main, so it will save you a lot of time, trust me. Okay, this is Epic Gianthold. Hey, let's just check. The base is 24. Yeah, I still don't need my lantern. Let's go.
Ignos, growls a giant from a high ledge left of the entrance. Did you think because we let you in you could pass freely here? Stand in the center there. The air around the circle crackles with magic. The giant's eyes are dull and clouded with malice.
Yeah, he's sending me through a trial now to try to kill me. Well, good luck to them. Anyhow. After a few rounds of this, we should be able to get through the door. This is the final stage of flagging for the Gianthold saga, for the epic raid. There's 2 raids in this place. There's heroic raid and epic raid, and both of them require some flagging quests. So heroic, you'll have to do the 3 heroic quests and then Gianthold tour on heroic, and for epic, you'll have to do the epic versions. Ooh, look at this nice giant. Doesn't he look wonderful? I feel bad killing him. He looks so cute. And Feywild, I forgot whatever the quest is. The one where you have to do some favors for the prince. Ice Mount Curse, maybe? So there's the cookie monster over there. And I had him turn into ice. Looked really cool. There's also there's a quest in Gatekeeper's Grove where you have the one with the orc where you're supposed to find a skull or something. And when you go through the quest, there's a whole bunch of ravens who attack you. And I had a few of them who were snow-peaked. They look like kind of like, I don't know, well, either falcons or pigeons or white pigeons because they are completely white. Also, kind of cute. So that's why I'm trying to still figure out if there's a dragon who can become a champion. I mean, honestly, a pseudo dragon is basically the same thing, and there's plenty of orange named pseudo dragons, so I don't have to have a real dragon, but it would be cool if I could find one. Because even the ones out in the wilderness are all red named, unfortunately. Either red named or purple named. For anyone just tuning in, we're doing Gianthold Tour on Epic Elite. And we just stepped in and we have to survive a whole bunch of rounds of this before they'll open up the main gate and let me move on. So right now, objective is kill giants, survive. These fire giants heal, I think, from fire. It's very hard to see your attack hit them because it's way above his head and it falls off the screen. I literally can't see what I'm doing. Okay. They've opened the gate. They've seen they failed and now they're coming out personally to try to attack me. When you open up this lever, it opens up this door and it spawns a whole bunch of monsters behind it. So hypothetically, if you could open up this door without pulling that lever, there would be no monsters behind it. I'm just saying. Hypothetically. Yeah, they've got this flaming barrier over here. And there's a rune over there on the wall that drops all the flaming barriers. So it'll drop the one in the hallway and the one over here. Same rune. Some of these guys are healers, so you might want to go for them first so they don't keep on healing up their friends. They'll be attacking a giant and his friend will keep on healing him, which can be super annoying because you're getting nowhere. Oh. when possible, get rid of all the trash. Come on, die, thank you. 3 of these things are going to attack me. Gerolith, or whatever they're called. Demon lion thingies.
The fiery wall in the hallway vanishes. Perhaps others of these ancient giantish barriers were deactivated as well.
Who was it that I was talking to about before, about raids? Are you still here? I mean about soloing raids. Soloing TOD, perhaps.
The giantish barrier is down. You are free to move deeper into the Tor.
Here, I've got to scurry into this little hole and talk to a kobold before I move on.
Through the narrow passage is a small
Hello, yes. Let me go, thank you very much.
kobold you saw before.
I don't know what he said. I wasn't listening or reading it. It's not important.
Where has the kobold gone?
You head out to Ataraxia's Haven. There's a rare encounter crazy kobold who thinks he's a dragon. Unfortunately, you can't attack him. But it might have been the closest thing to having a dragon who's not a red named boss.
You tumble down into some kind of supply room.
If you're looking for that crazy kobold, he's inside of the ruins. There's a rare encounter ruins, whatever. I don't know how to explain better how to get there.
As the lever clicks into
I don't remember if there's anything in the room over here, but it opens up once I open up that valve.
door lights up.
Is there a collectible in here, maybe? No. Oh, whatever. Just a whole bunch of giants to kill. And collect for my monster manual. Okay, they have all been defeated. Let's move on to the other side. There's basically 2 sides over here have the same gimmick. You can't get past the door, so you squeeze through a crack, which allows you to get on the other side of the door, the far side of the door, and then you can make your way through. So that is what we are doing. So these monsters, I can either fight them on this side, or I can open up the door and let them come through. But I can't get past this door without squeezing through a crack, which allows me to get like behind the door. I guess for them, for the giants, this crevice would not be passable, so. But it's big enough for a human being. Yeah, now we're gonna head to the other side of that same door. It used to be a very long time ago, if I'm not mistaken, the Gianthold tour required you pull these 2 levers that open up the final gate at the same time. And I still, personally, I still remember, right before the final fight, there was a hallway with 2 platforms we had to stand on for a certain amount of time at the same time for it to open up. I am so glad they got rid of it. It was terrible. Basically, the only way to do it was you'd have to place your hireling on a second pressure plate and make sure he stood there and didn't die, which doesn't really work good on Elite, but whatever. It is what it is. I am glad it is gone.
Ancient gears grind deep underfoot. The path forward has
Yeah, this side has a chest, so if you're doing this with a party and the party splits and goes one way, they go, and you go the other way, so make sure you go this way, because you can have a chest. And if they force you to go the other way, make sure you come back here and pick it up. I'm just saying. I'm looking out for your benefit. Hit me with a touch of idiocy. Anyway, so this particular part over here is now blocked off. They changed how it looked. Well, it was actually, you could step in here and there was a circle on the floor. You had to stand inside, kind of like this circle. And you have to stand there for a certain amount of time, and then a barrier or something here would open up, if I remember correctly. If anybody wants to confirm it, I'll accept your confirmation. or if you have anything to edit about what I said. Let's go kill the boss.
The portal master stands with maddened eyes, casting an elaborate spell. You did not have to come here to die.
Gotta get rid of these 2 statues before I can kill the boss. Destroy the crystals. It says affinity of body and looks like a statue.
Find out, the portal master threatens. They will come for you. They are in the door, and their master is near. He will not be denied again.
Please, I don't want to die. Finish this quest. And we are done. Now, the only one I usually try to do is the Black Dragon. Just on the off chance I might get a Draconic Augment or whatever it's called, the +1 exceptional bonus to all of my stats. And as it goes, if you don't try, you're never going to get it. So I will try. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. Yeah, here again, there's a sequence of go to rooms, pull levers, open up path to move on. And this time it's full of enemies. Do the meat grinder method again. Get them all standing at the same time. Chop everything down. Rather than trying to kill them in small groups. Do it all at once. Yeah, we gotta go to the end of this hallway and again pull a big lever to open up the door. We got 2 of them, we pulled 1 already. Eventually we'll be making our way towards a final room where I've got an encounter against a dragon and a giant. They pair up together and they are linked in such a way that if you kill one of them, as long as the other one is not dead yet, it can resurrect itself back to full health. So what basically you have to do is you have to kill both of them in about a 10-second window frame. So what you do is you beat one of them down almost to the end, and same to the other, and then you try to kill both of them at basically the same time. That's the challenge of it. And when doing so, well, you get a big hoard of loot that the dragons have been sitting on, and that includes a chest that has dragon scales in it. It's guaranteed to have dragon scales in it. Not very many dragon scales, mind you, but a few. And there is a chance to get a dragon helm, a black dragon helm, which is a very cool cosmetic these days. It used to be endgame gear when we had when the end game was level 25. And there's a augment who I really want, which gives you +1 exceptional to all of your stats. Which is a very nice thing to stack with everything else. I don't really need it, but worst case scenario, I could always sell it. Well, it's unbound, and if you put it on the auction house, people will buy it. It saves you a lot of time farming it. Yeah, okay, final door. Gotta go through another 2 of these and open the door. These levers are massive. I mean, they're big for giants. They'll have to use 2 hands on these levers. I don't know how I'm pulling this thing. It's literally taller than me. I mean, logically speaking, those levers would probably have to have a strength check. I'm very glad they didn't do that, because that would stink if you're a player. You're like a wizard or a caster and you got this far into the question, like, nope, you cannot do this because you are too small and too weak and you cannot pull this big lever. Whatever. What I do find funny is when you have a lever someplace in a quest, like, I don't know, a raid like Tempest Pine, and the lever over there requires a certain amount of strength, but there's nothing to indicate about the lever that it's super hard to move. I mean, why not like this when you have a lever who's so big that it's impossible to move, that you need a lot of strength to do it? Like, have it, I don't know, visually make sense. Whatever. I'm just ranting now. And now we go face a dragon.
Through the portal, you hear a low but steady hissing of air, and smell a
So yeah, we need to kill both the dragon and the what's it called? Dragon and the giant at the same time. Pizza. Sounds good. I just got hungry now. Ow. Hey, come on. I need 2 to die at the same time. Down.
The final spew of acid.
Ooh, that was
seals
close.
the death of the Black Dragon.
I almost had him and he knocked me away. Wow, that was close. Anywho. 2 flawless dragon skills. Great. So yeah. I think for my daily raid, I'm just going to do another run of Heroic Elite Zawabi's Revenge. I still don't feel confident doing Epic Elite with this character, but I do need the runes, so should be quick. In fact, let's see how quick I can do it. Yeah, but for now, I am done with this quest chain. What do you have for me? Legendary victory. And let's go to our airship. Airship, Zawabi's Revenge. Let's see if I can finish Zawabi's Revenge in less than 5 minutes. How about that? What do you guys say? Less than 5 minutes, I can do it? Yeah, so in the name of fulfilling my unofficial quota of doing a raid, solo raid every time I stream, we're going to do Zawabi's Revenge on Heroic Elite because I need the runes so I can buy myself some items. So here we go. Let's see how much time it takes me. Let's go.
This must be the hellish lair where the wizard king summoned Layla to Eberron. The air is sulphurous and corrupt.
I don't know. I've never done a speedrun this thing before. Forgot just how weak everything is on heroic. Come on, come on, come on. You're taking too much time. Loading screen, loading screen.
This portal churns with instability. You doubt Zawabi's magic can hold it open for long.
How dare you
Overshooting things. Come on, where did she go?
here with genie tricks. You will pray for death before my body is
Yay, one shot.
my power fades.
And that took a total of
Let's death
0 minutes and 55 seconds. I should have added this to my compilation of less than sub-minute quests. I've completed a raid in less than a minute. Take that. I can put this on YouTube Shorts. Solo raid in less than a minute. Nice. And all of that for a grand total of 125 sand runes, which I will take gladly. And now we just need to find the collectible. Where's the collectible? I hope you guys appreciate the fact that the time that it takes me to get to this raid and the time that I'm spending inside of the raid collectibles is longer than I've spent so far on actually doing the raid. So yeah, there you go again. 0 minutes and 55 seconds. No XP. Oh, what a shocker. And of course, as always, don't forget to turn in your raid. By far the most important thing of every raid. Whatever you do, don't forget to turn it in at the end. It will cost you money. Real money sometimes. Yeah, that's it. And I think I'm going to call it a day. Well, folks, thank you very much for being on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. And I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.